Today we're going to be talking about the Pokemon Solgaleo and Lunala. These Pokemon were recommended by Interior0916, so shout outs to them. I also want to give a huge shout out to Merry Christmas for Yoki, who made my new title card, who used this picture from the anime and a very handsome photo of me to make this. So welcome back to Pokemon History and Lore. Comment who your favorite Pokemon is. If I use it, I'll shout you out in the video. First, let's take a quick moment to talk about Solgaleo and Lunala's pre-evolutions. Cosmog is based off of star nurseries or nebulas. These are collections of dust and gases, mainly hydrogen, that due to gravity eventually collect together and create what is known as a protostar. Eventually, due to friction and pressure, it will achieve nuclear fusion and become a true star like our sun. And the remaining dust and gases around the star will turn into planets, like our Earth. Now, Cosmoem is the heaviest Pokemon in all of Pokemon, tied only with Celesteela, which is a flying type. Makes sense? What does make sense though is that he's based on neutron stars. Neutron stars are all that remains after a star goes supernova, ejecting its outer layers, leaving behind a supermassive husk of what it once was. Neutron stars are so massive that even though they weigh twice as much as our sun, they are only about 12 miles across. More than likely, that's probably smaller than the city that you live in. And I may be using it as a unit of measurement on our next road trip from here on out. Hey everyone, we're one neutron star away from In and Out, and now on to the Pokemon everyone wanted me to talk about. Solgaleo takes its namesake from the word Sol, which in Latin means sun, and Leo, which means lion, which is also one of the 13 constellations of the Western world. And yes, you heard me right, it is 13 constellations. You know, no one really talks about Ophiuchus, and I would really like to, but why it's excluded from modern astrology, even though historically it was very prominent, may take a whole video on itself. And although I want to call out the BS of modern day astrology, other people have done it better. All I can say is, go watch a Milo Rossi video. He can explain it better than I can. The last inspiration comes from the alchemical lion, which is often depicted as eating the sun. In medieval times, this lion was said to transmute metals into gold, which is where alchemy comes from. Gold is actually a very good friend of mine. Every time he walks in the bar, I say, "Hey you." Chemistry jokes. Alright, on to Lunala. Lunala is obviously based on the moon, but it's also based on the Camazotes, which in Mayan culture represents death, night, and the afterlife. According to Mayan folklore, the twins, I can't say those names either, during their trial of the underworld, hid inside their own blowguns. And when Hunahpu, stuck his head out, he was decapitated, and the Camazotes used his head to basically create the game of basketball. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and here's a preview of the Pokemon I'm going to be doing next. This is going to be the first Gen A Pokemon I've ever done, and it was recommended by me. Thanks, later. I'll creamy after this one.